And one. Hello, all of my amazing friends out there. How the hell are you? Hopefully you guys are doing mighty fine. As am I.
Mighty fine.
Your host of this amazing podcast show. It's amazing because you guys join us, talk with us, have fun with us, all that good stuff. And that show would be Attack the Talk. And you guys would be our amazing Attack the Talk Levi squad. What's up? As we have our friends joining us. Josh, a.k.a. I Repent, a.k.a. Hater Xenon. And then we have our favorite Jaegerist, Heise, a.k.a. Jacob, a.k.a. and IG. What is it again?
You want me to say it?
Yeah. AKA, help me. AKA. Huh?
Wait, on IG?
Yeah. For Jacob.
I'm Storm.
I am Storm. Dun, 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 dun.
I was really hoping that you were gonna get it.
Yeah, I couldn't get it. All I had was just Josh
AKA
and Jacob.
It would have came out.
I just call you guys by your names at this point now. It's all just Josh and Jacob. And but yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. And of course, I have with me to my left. Well, you guys see boxes here, but this is Brady Bunch here. This is my left. And in the box to my left is my good friend. And who are you? And how are you?
Hello, I am Lexi. And it's been a day.
It's been a day?
It's been a day, but we're here now.
Say why. Why has it been a day? Explain to us what you have been going through today. Dead noise.
Finish my orange slice. What? I doesn't know what the Brady Bunch is?
Yeah, it's an old thing. And I know just because of pop culture and history.
Oh, yeah. That too.
Never seen it before in my life.
But I basically got locked out of my car because the battery of my remote wasn't working. And it doesn't let you use the car unless you unlock it. So I just have excellent security on my car.
I don't mean to laugh.
You do mean to laugh because you're still doing it.
I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh at your demise. I mean, your misfortune. I mean, your.
So my car security is just so good that not even I could get it. So I had to. So I called AutoZone. They're like, "Oh, we don't do that." And then they're like, "Oh, you have to go to your Nissan dealer." Nissan dealers close on Sundays.
Oh.
And I was like, "Well, crap," because I'm at my boyfriend's apartment and I'm not able to go anywhere without my car.
Yeah.
So I was like, crap.
Yeah, okay. I agree. That's so unfortunate. My gosh. I only laugh because this is essentially my hand-me-down to you. This is the car that I had.
Give me a broken car.
That you have, and it took a while for it to break. I will say that. It didn't immediately break. It took a while for it to break.
It wasn't the car that was broken, knock on wood.
It's just, it has such great security, as you said, that it prevents anybody from entering or from exiting. So... there you go.
So the car doesn't even turn on if you didn't unlock it. The owner didn't unlock it, and I couldn't because the button doesn't work. I literally don't have an unlock button on my key. Yeah. So I had to call a locksmith. They got it taken care of. Now I have 2 keys. So
great. There you go. See, it all works out.
All as well.
It all works out. And I'm happy
other than that, I've been doing a lot of cooking this weekend. It's been great. Yeah.
There you go. So as you guys can see, unfortunately, Zach is not here with us again because Zach is indeed a ghost. Zach is ghosting it up over at his job. So we've mentioned before plenty of times over in this podcast, Zach is a very busy individual. He likes to pile on his plate. And believe it or not, Zach got another job. So now Zach is going to be working on weekends. And we've been trying to go ahead and work around his schedule. But his schedule is very, very difficult to work around. But we are going to try to make sure we get Zach back here in the pod. Yes, definitely hustler mentality. He just likes to go ahead and be a busy guy. And we love Zach for it, man. We're so happy that he is, using up his time in a productive way like that, whether it's just, helping out with in this month of October, making all these awesome haunted houses and stuff, or whether it be, just working. And again, as Josh says, that hustler mentality. And for me, I obviously need to work on my speaking.
Your speech.
But the goat's birthday was yesterday. Nice. Hell yeah. Happy birthday to all you goats out there.
It was, you know who he's talking about?
Is it talking about Isayama? Who he's talking about?
It was Flock's birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Was that on
Instagram or something?
Yeah, every one of the characters have like their own. Obviously, they all have their own birthday, and yesterday.
So Flock is the 7th, huh?
Yeah, 7th was Flock's.
Interesting. Well, happy belated birthday, Flock.
I saw it on Twitter.
Hope you had a great flocking time.
And I'm still calling it Twitter.
Nice.
I'm not calling it X.
But yeah, happy that you're here, at least, Lex.
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah,
that's why we started a couple minutes late, because I literally was here like. I literally just finished doing my makeup like 30 seconds ago. So.
Yeah. So last week we had AOT gang camera. Mm-hmm. This week we have Caesar camera. As you guys get to see some of Caesar's art that I have here, as well as, of course, some Shiggy merch.
It looks pretty cool. I like it a lot.
There we go. Something for you guys to go ahead and look at. But yeah, guys, we're in for a good episode. So this episode is so jam-packed that we're splitting up episode 13 of season 3 into 4 parts. So we'll be covering part 3 today, and we'll be finishing up the episode next week. And where do I buy the hand? I believe that's something you can just maybe search up over on Amazon, I believe. If not, then you can probably find it over on Fandomion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, either one of those.
Maybe.
Played the new My Hero Academia game. Did not last 1 hour. Would that be the Battle Royale game that all these people have been talking about? Yeah, that one. Okay. So which characters are you running as? I'm kind of curious, because you can pretty much be every character over there, it's my understanding, right? I'm sure there's obviously people that you can't be, but for the majority of it, okay. Bakugo would be Heisei. And for Josh, who are you running as? Kind of curious. That's kind of a cool little question. I know we've asked that before over in past episodes of like if there was a Smash Brothers type game, whatever, or some sort of battle royale, and you were to be able to choose which anime character out of all the different.
We talked about this with our cousins.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Then he said, I looked for Overhaul, but cried when I couldn't find him.
I know.
Todoroki is
it's because he's too OP.
Yeah.
You know.
So wait, you're telling me Overhaul literally is in the game, or you have to unlock him?
He said they couldn't find him, so I guess he's not in the game.
Do you have to unlock characters? I would imagine you have to unlock characters, right?
They probably have DLCs that
Areas are better. He's not in the game. What?
Yeah.
What is this blasphemy?
Hopefully they'll release a DLC where you can.
Oh yeah, that's true. When they do that, when they go ahead and they have characters available for DLC.
Yeah, it's like, purchase this
DLC.
And you
is the game free? There's only a little bit of villains. What the hell is going on? Yeah. The villains are like some of the best and most fun characters to potentially play as.
At least the game's free.
Okay, well, thanks.
Those are free, yeah.
All right, very cool. Well, the game's not doing a good job of trying to get me to buy it, because I would love to go and run it as the
villains specifically. Those villains.
I know Shiggy's in the game. He has to be in the game. But if Overhaul's not in it, dude, come on. That's not cool.
It's just a side character now, man.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, guys, so there's a lot to talk about in this episode. We all know how much Jacob loves Armin. So this is a big Armin episode. You know, we talk about character development for a lot of these characters. We talk about how they go ahead and there's so many characters that go through these trials and tribulations, being thrown into the fire. Are they going to be able to go and come out as diamonds?
Yeah.
And let me tell you who the brightest, shiniest diamond there is in Attack on Titan. And that is Armin Arlet. Armin could go in the dumpster.
Right.
What is up, Bat?
Wow.
Bat says, I have a Ford Fusion Lex with the battery key, but there's a physical key in the remote key and a hidden keyhole on the door handle. Maybe your car has that. Interesting. So there you go. Something to look forward to, or maybe
I do have a keyhole on the car handle. It's just that I mean, that's how I'm getting in and out of my car now.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't even start the car because the alarm was going off, because I previously obviously locked it with my fob.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't unlock it because I don't have the unlock button on my fob. It completely broke today. Because usually I've been able to just stick my finger in it and press the circuit board. The metal part that I needed for it just fell off today. I don't know where it went.
Interesting.
And so I couldn't press the unlocks on it. So because I had previously locked it with the fob, it wasn't letting me start the car at all until I could unlock it with the fob. That's why I had to get a locksmith.
Damn. Well, thank you so much for that, Bat. We appreciate you trying to go hit up Lexi for future potential issues.
My little Nissan.
Yeah.
My 2009 Nissan.
That's what it is.
Crazy car.
Definitely crazy car, yeah.
But at least I know the security's good.
True.
At least I know it's going to be annoying if it gets stolen. They can't even start it.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, Heisei, hold on.
So this is some crazy.
The slander here is unnecessary for
Crazy
Armin. He says, me, Flock, and Aaron will bury Armin next to, I'm guessing you meant to say junkyard?
Unkyard.
Or unkyard. What up, Unk? It's not cool, man. You can't do that to Armin because Armin is such a pivotal character for Attack on Titan. I said it. That's just how it is, guys.
I repent goes, how if Flock's dead?
Oh,
True.
very true.
True. Flock is dead. How are you going to do that, man? Flock's dead.
Can't do it. Because Flock is dead. But yeah, guys, it's going to be a huge episode for our characters that we love so much, like Mikasa, Eren, and Armin. We get to see them really in their new attitudes, or maybe their same attitudes, or maybe just getting to see again, as I mentioned, that character development and how they handle situations, which is something we actually kind of talked about, or we asked you guys about over in the poll question. Talk about attitudes, talk about how you guys would go ahead and fare in a certain situation. That's one thing I can't wait to go ahead and get into. Of course, you know that we will get into that Q&A and get into that poll question. You guys know the drill, as well as warning to all of our friends for spoiler talk. We love to go and talk spoilers, and I have a feeling we're going to be talking some serious spoilers here because, again, of Armin, and Armin, how incredible he is, and
Anime spoilers.
Definitely anime spoilers, and then also a Q&A we asked you guys. We might actually get some answers to in this episode.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool to go ahead and talk about, and for all we know, maybe you guys actually answered with that answer that we are going to be seeing in this episode. But I'm excited to go ahead and see what you guys said. We love the feedback, we love the responses and the results to the Q&A and the poll question. So, without further ado, perhaps we can maybe jump into the Q&A and the poll question. I do want to see real quick what chat is saying.
Yes.
Bappa says, what would you have gotten for Flock's birthday if you had gone? Interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a great question for Heise.
Yeah. And Heise, what are you bringing to Flock's birthday?
He's like myself.
And how did you get invited to this?
Because he's a Jaegerist, man.
I guess it's true.
All Jaegerists were invited.
All Jaegerists were invited. Is this a party that you think is worth Aaron's time? Do you think Aaron attends?
No.
Or do you think he doesn't attend?
Aaron's got better things to do.
Don't even finish that sentence.
Hey.
Don't finish that sentence. I hope you're going to say health.
Armin's health.
Armin's health. Yes, health. But interesting here, Josh says, did you guys hear about the interview with Eren Yeager on the 23rd?
Yeah, I did actually.
I heard about that too.
Interviewing an anime character.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah. And is this going to go ahead and set up future times where anime characters get to go and get interviews? Because that's pretty cool.
I wonder if they're going to do it where it's like, it's just going to be audio. They're just going to have like the voice actor. Or if they're going to have it just like typed out, pre-written, whatever.
Yeah.
However, Isayama thinks that it should be done.
Yeah.
Or completely like scripted. I mean, I guess it has to be because it is a fictional anime character.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see how that's going to be done.
Interesting.
Voice actor's going to answer.
I say clearly wants to talk to Eren.
Yeah.
So desperately.
He needs to talk to Bro multiple times.
Mm-hmm. But Josh says, I think the voice actor is going to answer questions in character. And that's so cool. That's so cool
really
for these voice actors to go ahead and do that. And you know what? I don't understand why we don't do that more. I understand anime now is developing such
mainstream.
A huge fandom. Yeah, exactly. Mainstream, right? And so now is an opportunity for these talented voice actors to go and capitalize on awesome opportunities like this. But I don't understand why we haven't done this before in the past, you know? Mm-hmm. Why we haven't had characters such as, you know, Sean Shem will go ahead and answer questions as Goku. Maybe he has, you know, but to an extent of having some sort of interview where he's able to go and answer in character. Like, I know there's, what do they do? The ones where it's like, they have actors, famous people, any sort of field of entertainment where they have them answering questions on the board or whatever with the little strips of paper, the Google
the Vanity Fair like interview.
Yeah.
Or the Google's most asked questions on Vanity Fair.
Yeah. Or they do also the one where like it's really me or something like that or whatever when they go in on the different social media stuff and they go ahead and they answer different questions.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it's cool to have.
Or you know, hot ones. Let's get Eren Yeager on hot ones.
There you go. Do you think Eren would be able to handle the bomb?
Yeah, the bomb. Now, Eren is the bomb.
Yes, that's true. He is the bomb. But yeah, again, there's so many amazing opportunities and amazing voice actors, sub or dub, where if they had interviews like that, I mean, so many people, so many fans would tune in, no doubt. I mean, I would love that. And which voice actor, which character in their interview would you be most looking forward to seeing? That's interesting there. You know, of course, for me, mine would be Eric Vale and his Shigaraki. I think that would be an amazing one.
Okay.
I would love that.
Ones with Puss in Boots.
Puss in
yeah,
Boots?
I didn't even know that.
They really did that.
Possible.
Wow.
Heisey said he would want Bryce.
He wants Bryce, but as who? I imagine as Aaron, which we're getting that. It sounds like, but I don't know if it's gonna be Bryce Papenbrook.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Japanese voice actor.
Question was, which character from an anime would you want to have an interview? So that means obviously the voice actor is going to be doing the interview as that character. So which character would you be most looking forward to? Maybe I'm saying that correctly, but would you be most excited to see an interview for? And Josh says Naruto. That'd be cool. Yeah, don't hate me for it, but Naruto was one of the anime on my list of stuff to see.
Yeah, I've only seen the first 2 seasons.
And Aaron and Inosuke.
I would love to see. I think it would be really interesting to see like a duo Light and L interview.
That'd be really interesting.
Super interesting. Yeah, they would have the best answers.
That's a good one too. Duos. If you had a duo interview, because obviously you have Bakugo and Deku would be such a good duo.
Yeah. They'd be good
interview,
to like get interviewed together.
And then, damn.
But then Light and L would be a whole nother.
That would be just psychologically just like, oh my gosh, them trying to constantly like, with their answers, maybe try to outsmart each other or maybe trying to go ahead. It's like them playing
if I answer it this way, is he going to think that I'm Kira?
It's like them playing, tennis and stuff and all that. The most intense tennis match.
Literally.
In anime.
In anime, yeah.
Deku and All Might is a great option,
cool.
yeah.
Little father-son.
Father-son, definitely. On the same token, Shiggy and One For All.
Oh yeah, true. Another father-son duo.
Yeah, Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Again,
I would also love to see Akira from Devilman Crybaby. That would be really cool. Hearing him talk about like philosophy.
Solo only?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could have Rio in there, but.
Yeah, I know you are. Akira, there he is. Yeah. Akira, yeah. Well, both. Very cool. Yeah, that's an awesome question to go ahead and have. Maybe potential Q&A. Maybe. On character interviews. God. One For All.
I know. He's a little too evil. That's why I wouldn't want him in there. I would just want Akira, just so that he would feel comfortable giving answers.
Yeah. Very cool. And if I have a question now for you guys again. Now, if you were given the interview, which character would you want to go ahead and have a one-on-one interview with? That's interesting. Now, for me, I'd be too afraid to have an interview with Shigaraki. Because I'm just me.
You'd be like, I don't want to.
You're in the room, you were sitting face-to-face with this character. Who are you sitting face-to-face with? I don't know why this character jumped into my head, and it'd be like, okay, that's an interesting one. But literally the first person that came to my mind, I don't know why, I have not really talked about this character ever a whole lot, but was Gon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Face to face with Gon?
I don't know why Gon just like popped in my head.
Hanji, maybe. Hanji would be
Hanji would be interesting, but I feel like Hanji wouldn't be as excited about this interview because she's not getting interviewed by a Titan.
Yeah, she would.
Her excitement for Titans is amazing. And I think her...
Or if we interviewed her about what she knows about Titans, she would be interested.
Okay, that's true. Now, an unbearable interview would be if somebody's interviewing Captain Levi. Because you're getting just snarky one-word answers and stuff, You clearly are wasting his time.
And he's like, isn't it obvious? Well, how do you think I feel?
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry. Okay, next question.
Captain Levi, please tell me.
Well, I don't know why I'm sounding like Nardwar.
Nardwar's interview. Well, that's when he would be like, Levi,
tell us all why you lose everybody so close to you.
I know.
Like, isn't it obvious?
That's why you don't get close to people anymore.
What? Yeah,
Nardwar would be the
Nardwar,
type to be like, Levi.
Yeah.
So Kenny is your uncle.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Kenny, he's your uncle.
You're Captain Levi. We have to know.
Yeah, you're Captain Levi. We have to know.
Nardwar is insane for that, for knowing too much.
Someone arrest this man.
Yeah. But yeah, Captain Levi would be a tough interview to get through. Yeah. You're Levi, we have to know.
Yeah, you're Levi.
Yeah.
We have to know. Love Nardwar. Shall we
good
move
stuff,
on
guys.
to the...
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and let's jump into the Q&A and the poll question. I'll let Lexi decide which one she wants to begin with.
I'm going to start with Le Poll.
Beautiful.
So, last week we asked you guys, what's your reaction to the plan going too well?
Ah, interesting.
In reference to last episode when
They finally
he sealed
reached
he
Walmaria.
sealed the
Well, they were
he
going
didn't seal
to.
it
They
yet.
arrived,
He's planning to.
right? They were on their horse, riding at full speed, passing by some tubes, some straws.
Yeah, not really.
You know,
No one tripped on any?
made it back to the wall after so much has happened, after all those years, right? All the planning and all that, and everything seemed to go according to plan. As a matter of fact, it all went
Quiet.
according to plan.
Yeah.
And there's no Titan in sight. It's quiet, too quiet.
Like the first time something's actually like going well.
Yeah, Aaron has time to literally go ahead and reflect and be afraid, but then get motivated again, and then like hell yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. All that
Retake
time.
my city. Yeah, all that.
We have, my favorite character, Armin, obviously being very perceptive, I should say, right? And
Perceptive with his perspective.
Yes, a lot. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And he notices something, and he has, he's aware. He's aware, and we love him for it. So what do we got, Lex?
So first off, the options that we have. First off, we have Hanji, who's uneasy, where she literally is the one that brings
Yes.
it to
Captain Levi,
to the
right?
table. Yeah, she brings it to Captain Levi, saying like, I know that we're due for luck, but isn't it weird that we haven't seen a single Titan?
Yeah.
And then the next option, which is Levi, saying that he is unbothered.
Yeah.
Because Levi's answer is, well, like, let's just continue the mission.
Yeah.
Like, just continue, and then you have Hanji
Like
being
pretty much like
okay.
we have to do it anyway. So
Yeah, like, so let's just continue.
Like,
no matter whether it's going well or bad,
Yeah.
just continue.
Titans or not,
No reason
we
to
still have
stop.
to do this.
And then, like you said about Armin, he's being cautious/attentive.
Yeah.
He's being very vigilant in the way that he's handling.
He notices something. He notices some ash. He notices something
Some
from
freshly
potentially
kicked out fire.
what could be a big deal, and we're gonna find out about that.
And then you have Aaron, which, as AJ mentioned, is feeling very motivated.
Yeah, he finally musters up the strength, and now he's like, you know what? This is my home. That's right. I can do this. No, we can do this. And it's like, okay, this guy is like full on like main character syndrome right now. He's ready, and we want that for him. We want him to go ahead and have that main character type mindset right now because he is claiming his home. Obviously, we know he is the most important aspect of this plan.
Yeah.
Without him, there is no plan. You cannot seal the breach from the outer wall or the inner wall. So, Aaron, you want him to be ready to go.
Yeah.
You want him to be, as Zach would say, fired up.
Yeah. Totally.
Hi, sister. Why do I act like that in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I want you to act like that main character that you are, I say.
Yeah, in real life.
Yes.
So, starting from normal passion and least voted to most voted, we have least voted at 14%. Levi being unbothered.
Okay. Thank you for that. Because I don't think any of us would go into the situation being unbothered at all.
Being like,
And
like
if
not
you
even
voted
noticing
that,
it.
if you voted that,
You're a liar.
you're a liar. Yeah. You're a liar.
Lies.
There's only one person that I think, maybe two, that could be unbothered by this. And Levi, and the only person I'm throwing in there because he is the one in full know of this plan is Irvin.
Yeah.
Even then, he obviously is going to be cautious and attentive. So, hey, put him in that Armin category.
I know. True.
So, what's third?
So, in third place with the next
Or Josh.
least amount, yeah, is at 19%. Hanji feeling uneasy.
Interesting. Wow, that's 19%?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this situation here, right, things are going too well. And again, granted, the situation's heavy. We're going to go ahead and claim back a territory which we have lost for 5+ years. And we get to the territory, we get to the homeland, and there's no Titans. There's nothing. It's too quiet. Things are going too well. Hey, you're not going to have that kind of pit feeling in your gut where you're just like, oh my gosh, something's not right
Yeah.
here. You're not going to go ahead and be like low-key kind of like panicking a little bit. Hold on. What's going on here? Right? You're telling me you're not going to feel a little bit uneasy? Maybe you're feeling some of the, whatever the top two options are. you know? We were definitely not feeling bothered
uneasy?
for sure. But uneasy is such a good feeling to feel in this situation, I think. It's understandable.
Yeah.
If Hanji's
it's very
feeling uneasy,
understandable what Hanji's feeling.
if Hanji's feeling uneasy, then I think I'm going to be feeling uneasy.
Yeah.
You know?
Be like,
that's
oh,
just
crap.
how it is. You know, I'm being
She's
real
worried,
with
I'm
myself.
going to be worried.
Tell him, yeah, that's what it is.
And then next, with 29%, would be Aaron feeling motivated, which means the top vote getter
Really?
at 38% is Armin, cautious/attentive.
My guy, man. Okay, I love it. I would not put myself in that category, and we'll talk about
same.
how we voted, but that's awesome. So second place, well, what's the percentage again?
38
38% for Aaron.
for Armin. Sorry, 29 for Aaron.
29 for Aaron, motivated. That's interesting. So good on you. If you guys are going to be motivated throughout this mission, and that's cool, man, because we need those people. We need those people in order to be victorious. But I myself would not be one of those people. Unless I was maybe in Aaron's shoes. I mean, again, this is something where even with Mikasa and Armin, I mean, you know, Armin himself isn't feeling that motivated. But damn it, I mean, he lived here too.
Yeah.
You know? Granted, Mikasa. I mean, Mikasa is another option that we thought about putting in there. But again, Mikasa, she's just so badass that she's not wavering one way or another. She is dead set focused on getting the job done, protecting Aaron. You can see her in every single frame. She is all about business.
She is right. She's also like right on Aaron the whole time.
And so we know that
Protecting
that would not be any of us.
No.
You know? We put Levi in there only for the fact that, like, okay, you know, you need to have kind of all the different potential
It's
options
good to have
here.
variety.
Yes. And
all 4 slots.
I would have been very surprised if Levi was anything higher, but the last place, yeah.
Yeah.
So Josh even says, like, damn, I forgot what I voted. I think Armin. And again, Armin is a good option to be, you know,
Yeah,
because there's a lot of
cautious
people.
and attentive, just that's kind of like uneasy, except you're more on the proactive
This time,
side.
exactly. I like how you said that more on the proactive side. You're definitely trying to go ahead and think and be ahead of things, planning ahead, being one step ahead of things, you know?
And who's better at doing that than Armin?
Yeah. I mean, Armin, again, Irvin's over in that category as well. I mean, whenever shit goes down and the plan falls apart, Irvin himself is like, okay, this is what I need to do now. This is what I need to do now. And
Like, all right, next step. He
You
doesn't
know?
dwell on anything. He's like, all right, this is what we're doing now.
yeah, I mean, for God's sake, the guy will sacrifice himself to go
Yeah.
ahead and have, you know, us be one step closer to the truth, one step closer to, you know, the survival of humanity. And the guy was willing to literally sacrifice himself. You know, he put a lot of trust in people. He almost got freaking, you know, hanged by the government.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I mean, this guy, he's
Something else.
Irvin is unbothered.
Yeah.
He is cautious and attentive, and he's motivated. So
Yeah, so he's all of them,
Irvin is,
actually. Irvin
yeah,
is the
he's a
best
jack of all trades for sure. But Armin, again, Josh is a good option to be. Heise, how did you vote? And do not say Levi. I know you're lying.
Liar.
For all of our friends, how did you guys vote? Lexi, how did you vote?
I voted with Hanji.
Hanji? I could totally
I
see
feel
that.
like I would just be like uneasy.
yeah.
And I would say that I would be a little bit attentive, but I think I would mostly be uneasy and have the same reaction as Hanji, being like, oh, well, there's no reason to call it off. Guess we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
And I would feel like I would have the same reaction as Hanji.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
What about
As a
you?
matter of fact, I like it so much that that's how I myself would go ahead and vote.
Like, I'm the same way, actually.
You know, I think that I would go ahead and just, like you said, you know what? I understand that we have to continue on with this plan, but is anyone else not concerned about what's happening around us? And people will be like, what do you mean? What? Nothing's happening. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
Like, where are the Titans? You know, where are the traitors?
yeah.
Like, and especially when we see what we're going to see, what we're going to talk about here in this episode, then I would really start thinking to myself, okay, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hanji is how I would vote, and Heise says, you already know. I voted Aaron. Mm-hmm. Of course. Heise would be gung-ho and motivated.
Because he's a Hanji fan. Does that mean you voted for Hanji
That
as
bad
well?
voted Hanji, I'm guessing. Yeah. But Heise voted Aaron, and awesome. Very cool.
Cool.
Well, thank you guys so much for
All of
the
your
results.
votes. Thank you. Thank you. The big monkey. Moving on to the Q&A.
Yeah.
We asked you guys, how long do you think Bertold and Reina have been hiding?
Because that's where we left the episode off with last week, and that is with our two traitors. We see one of them's in a barrel, the other's in a wall.
Yeah.
And they're both paying close attention to what's happening, and we see that as Aaron himself finally reached the outer wall, he did a very dramatic main character dive up into the air.
Yeah.
And then he went and aggressively.
Yeah. Good thing he transformed.
And then we see the transformation beginning. And that's when Bertold notices. We see the light piercing through this barrel. Reina, who's ready and he's focused and he knows he can't screw up. Does he see it or does he just hear it?
He sees it.
He sees it.
Pretty sure.
He sees it. We think he sees it. So what do we got?
First response we have is from Hater Xenon, also known as I Repent, also known as Josh.
Yeah.
Says, I think since the morning, since we see their convo beforehand on the wall, takes place at dawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So you think that like right after that whole confrontation, they're just like, all right,
time to go,
let's get into hiding, guys.
Yeah.
Get to your places.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for that, Josh. Yeah. Next we have from friend of the show, Bobby7. Hello, Bobby.
Shout out, Bobby.
Bobby says, probably not long, 30 minutes-ish, since the three of them were seen going over their plan when light was out. Okay, so Bobby's guess is around 30-ish minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good guess. Thank you for that, Bobby. Next we have from I Am Storm, LOL, also known as Heise, also known as Jacob.
Yeah.
Hello.
Shout out.
Says, since they were preteens. I think you misunderstood this. I think he's replying in a philosophical way.
Which, again, is accurate still. I mean,
and I think, do you think that's accurate? Like he says, my answer makes sense to me, but maybe I'm wrong. No, it does. If you're thinking about it in that way, they have been hiding.
Heise is thinking outside the box, and we like it. You know, he's thinking about.
I like that answer.
He's thinking about the whole culmination of what's happened, not just the moment. He's thinking about
not just he's been in a barrel this long. It's they've been hiding their personalities for this long.
Yeah. And so, wow,
I like that you took it philosophically.
I love that response. Thank you so much for that, Jacob.
And then lastly, but certainly not least, we have from the show, Shiny Laurantis.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's up, Lo?
Hello, Lo.
Hello, Lo.
Says, not long because the tea was still warm / signs they left recently.
Yeah. That is a great segue for us.
Good analysis.
As we're going to go ahead and talk about what's going to happen in this episode. But yeah, you know what? Oh, yeah, did I do a response to him? Yeah, you did. And you guys are all on the right track, of course. I mean, you guys know your stuff. You
guys are all very well versed in Attack on Titan lore.
And I love all the responses. And even Jacob's, because Jacob's was very different and still on the nose. You know?
Yeah, and I still agreed with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys are all on the same track here. And you guys, as I mentioned, we'll go ahead and we'll get the clarity on that in this episode. But yeah, you guys are all right.
Be sure to look out for more Q&As and more polls in the future on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yep.
Check them out on
Please respond, guys.
On Instagram, on our stories, please.
Do it, guys.
I guess that question is a little loaded because isn't technically Bertold in the barrel when he's still like on the cart Titan? Obviously we don't see it this season, but isn't he like, doesn't the cart Titan bring the barrel and like Bertold like is still inside of the barrel? Or am I thinking of something different?
You might be thinking of something different, or maybe
I think I saw it in the manga.
This is my thing here, is that what I'm thinking of a certain moment, and this is something where we are looking ahead, is when Bertold and Reina have a conversation. They have their own conversation, right? They're on top of that wall, right? And essentially, you know, they had the whole little spat of just like doing this. They understand what they've been, you know, like Jacob mentioned, like this is something that they have been planning for since they were, you know, preteens.
Yeah.
And now it's finally the time to go ahead and do it so they can go home, right? But then I like that Reina even kind of throws in that little jab where it's like, look, and do me a favor, when we're done with this, pretty much confess your feelings to Annie.
Yeah.
And he's like,
being like, bruh, we all know.
What?
Get it over with, man.
No, It's like, dude, we all know. And so they have that moment, right? And then they go ahead and they run opposite directions on the wall, right? And that's the moment I'm thinking of. Now, what happens after that, I'm not sure. Maybe it is in the manga, but Bertold obviously gets in this barrel. Obviously, the barrel is with Peak, right? And I want to say that we're going to get ourselves a little peek hint.
Peak
here. In
a little peek of Peak.
Yeah. I mean, it's something where it's going to be very much insinuated. And I mean, I think we're all going to be aware of what they're talking about. But again, this is something that's cool because for people that are watching this for the first time, they have no idea what they are talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to go ahead and talk about it once we get to that moment. But Heisa says, I wish. Peak of peak.
Peak of peak? I wish.
But yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
You're trying to go ahead and find what you were
what
thinking
I saw earlier.
Yeah. That's, again, the moment I was thinking of, but there
we know that he's
is
in the
obviously
barrel.
time.
Obviously, we have the photos of
Yeah, we have the photo of him looking through the,
we know
little,
when he's in it and then eventually gets, chucked out, because monkeys are good at throwing poo.
Yeah.
And some reason I thought that I saw a manga panel.
That's a great idea,
Peak
Bat. Just have a
carrying the
little
barrel.
substitute Zach. You should put a picture of Zach there when he's gone.
That'd be funny.
I know.
just
The
get
reason
like a
why we
cardboard
have different
cutout.
camera shots is because,
This
pretty much Zach's schedule varies, and so we don't necessarily rule out him being out on Sundays, but then on Sundays that's when we find out, and we have to kind of plan
They'll have the
accordingly and stuff and all that. And yeah, if you guys remember last week, we kind of had an earlier time that we are going to mention, but then we end up streaming later. It's just it's kind of stuff that we're still figuring out, but we don't obviously miss Zach, and a picture of Zach would be a great idea. So that's what you had in mind. Okay.
That's what I was thinking about, but maybe it was. I don't know. We don't know a whole lot of peaks involved,
But again,
especially from the anime.
with this, I mean, yeah, we don't see all that kind of in between. You know,
We do not.
So this is something where it is in the manga. It's a
behind the
picture-
scenes.
it's a picture of the Cart Titan. It is a very different looking Cart Titan. Different
Yeah.
design here than what we're accustomed to with Peak.
In the anime.
But yeah, I mean, again, that moment of like the scouts and they're preparing for this mission, and we obviously know that the warriors are preparing for this mission. We don't see the preparations made by these warriors. We just get a conversation. We don't even get to see Zeke kicking Rhina's ass. Literally, we jump into the anime. I mean, yeah, we jump into the story in the anime, and then Rhina's Titan form is beat to shreds. Bertold removes Rhina from his Titan form, and the Beast Titan just lumbers over, and just pretty much like, I win. Looks like we stay. So there's a lot of stuff we don't see.
Interesting.
I agree. I say I do. I miss Zach too. Josh says Peak was supposed to be a man. Yeah, I've heard that before too, which is why I'm guessing over in that image you just showed me, that's very much a man Cart Titan.
Yeah, it looks. The Card Titan is a interesting appearance to them.
Yeah. Isa says Peak fine Cart Titan. I'm guessing means she's a fine Cart Titan.
Yeah,
That's
Peak
interesting.
fine.
She's
Peak
fine.
is fine. Card Titan's hell no.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll maybe we'll see a little bit in between. Maybe not. Get a little peek at Peak. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see this episode.
But just to go ahead and kind of now just do a very brief recap, because we have recapped already a little bit, but as I mentioned, the scouts traveled over to Walmaria, back to Shiganshina district, to go ahead and seal the breaches of the outer wall, which obviously is the one that Bertold, he's the one that kicked the outer wall. And then we have the inner wall, where Rhina was the one that ran through that wall. So there's two breaches that they need to go ahead and seal. So Aaron is, again, as I mentioned, a big part of this plan. And so as they travel, there's obviously some worries that these scouts have in mind, but they're able to go ahead and make it. They make it over to the wall. As we've talked about already plenty of times, everything's going according to plan. We have the characters kind of now doing whatever their specific roles are.
Yep.
And I'm imagining that Armin was also supposed to be there alongside Aaron and Mikasa.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, Armin notices something very strange. So Armin signals to the commander.
The attentive man that he is.
Yeah, he signals to the commander, and now he has the commander's attention. We'll go ahead and we'll see what that conversation is like over in this part of the episode. But now we know that Eren and his objective is to go ahead and go to the outer wall and to go ahead and seal that breach to prevent any Titans from coming in. Right? And then once that's done, then we got to go over to the inner wall to go ahead and seal that breach so that nothing can go ahead and come in and out and everything is stuck inside the walls. Mm-hmm. Right? And Mikasa's there watching very closely because, you know, Mikasa's essentially Eren's bodyguard.
Yeah.
We understand that there are scouts around them. There's, you know, groups of scouts and stuff. As we mentioned, Hanji has scouts. She's there with Captain Levi. You know, Connie, Jean, and Sasha, they're over there in their group. They're kind of, you know, also being, I'm guessing, a defense team. You know, I don't necessarily know what their specific roles are. Maybe they're just on wait and see approach until the enemies reveal themselves. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going to go ahead and find out their role later on.
Yeah, the anti-personnel something squad.
Yeah, there you go.
I forgot what they're called.
Control?
Control.
Yeah.
That's not who they are, but maybe a type of that.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely are. We're going to find out that they have some new weapons that they're going to use on these enemies. But we still don't know exactly who all the enemies are. I mean, we know because we've seen it before, but in this moment here, they don't know exactly who are all the enemies. Mm-mm. And Armin says something very interesting in this episode.
Yes, he does. Which we will discuss.
Yeah. But they're there. Things are going well. Too well. Characters are acting different. But we're going to continue on and see how this mission is going. So without further ado, I think we should go ahead and jump into it.
I'm ready.
We're good? All right, here we go. This is part 3 of our episode breakdown discussion. This is season 3, episode 13. This episode's name is The Town Where Everything Began. Without further ado, let's jump on in. We return to the episode as Eren transforms into his Titan form. The transformation causes a large, bright spark as Mikasa and other nearby scouts prepare to provide protection for Eren. The transformation is so bright that even other scouts such as Hanji and Levi, Jean, Connie, and Sasha all can't help but be caught off guard by the bright transformation. Then, we see Eren hardening his Titan body, beginning a major step of the plan to seal the breach to the outer wall. As his Titan has sealed this breach, we see Eren's human body using all of his strength to release himself from his Titan body. An exhausted Eren looks up as his vision is fading. He sees Mikasa dropping down from above the wall to secure him. They both escape to higher ground, and Hanji prepares her scouts.
The enemy could strike at any second. Stay on the lookout.
The scouts acknowledge and they take precautions. And as Mikasa and Eren join Hanji and Captain Levi, Mikasa asks Eren,
"Is your ODM gear secure?"
Eren, now sporting the Titan markings on his face, has recovered and is still motivated to continue the mission. He tells Mikasa, "It's fine. That said, I did manage to shake off my cloak." And then, Mikasa immediately covers Eren with her cloak. Eren shields his identity with the hood, looks at Mikasa, and says, "Thank you." Mikasa looks back at Eren, still very focused on the mission, and nods. Captain Levi now asks the scouts, "How's it look?" A soldier on the ground responds, "Looks good over here," informing Captain Levi that Eren securely sealed the breach on one entrance. A scout on the other entrance, yells out to Captain Levi,
"Yeah, our end looks good too."
Both scouts shoot green signal fire into the air to inform the others that this mission is still a go. A surprised Hanji says,
"We pulled it off. Eren, are you okay?"
Eren immediately responds, "I'm not even tired. All that training's paid off." Hanji refocuses.
"We shouldn't waste time then. Everyone, head for the inner gate and keep your faces hidden."
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this moment here in this episode. As we talked about the plans of these characters, right? We talked about Eren and his plan is to go ahead and seal the breach over in the outer wall. But this transformation is something where it's like, this is a big transformation. Like if you're trying to be discreet,
Yeah, it's not. That's not really.
He's not doing a good job.
Do you think that maybe they like looked over, like looked surprised because they maybe were like, "Crap, there's Bertold," or like, "Crap, there's someone." Else.
That's a good point.
Maybe they thought, "Oh crap, that's a huge transformation. That's a huge light. That can't be Aaron." And then
let's
probably,
not
like,
forget,
looking like, "Oh, maybe that is Aaron."
Aaron was struggling throughout his training portions of trying to go ahead and use that hardening.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's
he has
been
training a lot.
That's a great point there, Lex. Is like they see that crazy transformation. Like this is like we understand that Aaron is motivated. He's ready to go ahead and do this, right? And so this
Fired
transformation is maybe it's all just maybe in sync, obviously, with his emotions, right? His motivations, but this is a large transformation that essentially is so bright and it shakes kind of the area, you know, and. Yeah, the scouts, everybody, they're all kind of like, whoa. You could tell they are caught off guard.
Yeah.
But we see Aaron's Titan form do what it's supposed to do. Do what he's supposed to do. He uses that hardening, right? He goes and he...
gets the job done.
He essentially is like...
both sides.
He essentially, to kind of give a visual, right? He like transformed as he like tried to like burrow into the tunnel.
He tried to like fit inside of the hole. And then just harden around it.
Because when Levi himself asks, how's it look, right? We have over on one end, right, inside the wall, right, where we see some Aaron hardened Titan booty.
Yeah.
You know? And that scout goes and replies like, it's all good here. But then over on the outside wall, we see Aaron's Titan head.
Yeah.
Right? And all good on that side too.
Himself in.
So Aaron did a great job.
And as Hanji said, we pulled it off.
Yeah. And that portion of the plan, that step of the plan, whether that's step 1, step 2, step 3, we don't know. But we know there's many steps to this plan.
But that step is done. Successful.
That step is done. And one thing that too is very crucial to this plan is to maintain,
anonymity.
Yeah. To go ahead and continue to bring this illusion of just a bunch of scouts there, not knowing necessarily which scout is Aaron.
Yeah.
But now we see which scout is Mikasa.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. They're gonna know which one is obviously gonna be the one that's next to Aaron. So what's the point?
Yeah. So now
They should have put a random. They should have gotten a random to put the cloak on him.
You have a general idea now of where Aaron is, right? Unless you try to go ahead and use that as a decoy, but we know for sure that Mikasa is not going to go ahead and agree to that plan.
The real Aaron.
And this is a cool moment. I mean, again, it's not necessarily the brightest thing to go ahead and have Mikasa give Aaron her cloak, so that Aaron can stay hidden. But it's a sweet, tender thing.
In her mind, she's just like, hey, we need to keep him hidden. Oh, well, yeah,
you know
cool.
Kind of like the scarf moment a little bit, like in a sense.
Take my cloak. Stay hidden.
Not to that extent or that, big of a moment, but this is kind of like Mikasa showing faith to be like, look, this is a reminder, dude, that I'm always here. All right. And, I feel like Aaron himself, by him just saying thank you, he's grown. Normally it'd be like, just very like, God, get off my back or whatever,
you're not my
mom.
He's also grown physically, telling Hanji later on that, all the training paid off. I'm not even tired. When before, after one transformation, usually it's like...
Usually spent. Done.
He's like, I think I have one more in me.
He needs to hibernate for a little bit.
Yeah, he needs to recharge. But I do think that it's true, but I also think that there's definitely adrenaline involved.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
He's not going to feel it's like, after practice, you're like, oh, I'm so dead. But then, after like one half of a game, you're going to be like, all right, let's keep going. Because it's game day. You have adrenaline.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this is. Aaron's game day.
That's true. I mean, we know that obviously the transformation took a toll. The hardening took a toll over on his body because,
the hardening for sure.
Even just releasing himself from that Titan body, You know, we see he had to go ahead and kind of overexert himself to go and release himself. We see like
Especially
the
'cause
muscle
it's
fibers.
hardening. Yeah.
You know, the muscle fibers are they're stuck over onto this Titan. You know, so he goes and he has to do everything he can to release himself from this Titan. But then at the moment too, where we notice that he's very exhausted, he's on the brink of like literally blacking out because we see from like POV version of Eren, he's looking up right from above, and then everything is very, very like blurry and hazy and stuff. Where it's kind of like the moment where you're like, oh man, you're getting ready to black out, but he decides to, again, this is his game day. It's his freaking fourth quarter. Dude, like I'm not gonna go ahead and quit. And again, his motivation, his adrenaline is pushing him to go ahead and continue on with his mission. So I think that yes, he is prepared, he is ready to go ahead and continue. His training has paid off, but I do think there also is that aspect of him putting on a little bit of a front, just like with the Armin, like, hey, are you afraid? No, what?
No, I'm not.
No way, dude. Like, I'm just
scared.
cold.
Yeah,
I'm just cold.
Yeah, you are, man.
He's putting on a little bit of that fake little confidence, but still, he's ready, man. And we love it. So everything is good so far, right? And now, as Hanji mentions here, let's not waste any time, and now let's head for the inner gate. And for goodness sakes, keep those faces hidden.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff here, guys.
All part of the plan.
As it says, fun fact, Eren stops wearing his cloak and Levi always wears his. He's the only one that does in season 4. Yes. Yeah. I have heard this before. We've seen it before. Obviously, we know that Levi is sporting that OG, scout cloak, whereas the other ones don't have that anymore. And
Levi's old-fashioned.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've heard kind of theories behind it. I don't know if there's necessarily a whole reasoning behind it, but it could just be a fact of, like Levi, he's a softie sometimes. Sometimes it's hard for him to let go.
Old-fashioned.
But
so far, the cloak's been the only thing to not leave him.
Yeah. But perhaps, though, like, that sign, that symbol, that cloak and everything does mean a lot to him. As Heisei mentions here, that he's just loyal.
Yeah, true.
And yeah, we know that he's extremely loyal. And, he obviously cares despite this kind of persona that he puts on. But he's willing to go ahead and risk himself to go ahead and save others. I mean, granted, he is so talented that even him risking himself, he still gets the job done, But yeah, it could just be the fact that, like, for him, he's not going to go ahead and let go of the old colors. He's going to go ahead and adapt them to now this new uniform because, again, this symbol, everything, I mean, it could be just a reminder for everything that he's endured, everybody that he's lost and stuff, and he has lost a lot. We know that. We've talked about it plenty of times on this podcast. He has lost so much. And so for him to go ahead and wear that cloak, wear that green cape, it's like that is just, it's such a classic homage to the past, and
he's old-fashioned softy.
Yeah, him and Eren, I don't know, because as a matter of fact here, you just said literally earlier in chat, Eren stops wearing his cloak.
Yeah. Yeah, Eren stops. Yeah, Eren.
I know you're probably trying to reason saying that Eren is loyal, but yes, Eren is loyal to his roots.
To himself, yeah.
He's loyal to his home.
He's loyal to his own. He's very headstrong.
He's saying that Eren loses. He's lost so much as well. Yeah. Eren has lost so much, much. Yeah, you're right there, Heisei, for sure. There's a lot of characters that have lost a lot of loved ones, lost a lot of land and territory, homes and stuff like that. But, Eren, he has lost a lot. He's even lost his own freedom, which is why he's going and doing he's doing what he's doing, So yeah, guys, good stuff here. So we'll go ahead and we'll continue on, and we'll see how the rest of the plan goes. As the scouts now head towards the inner gate, Eren, surprised, he asks himself, "Did I actually seal that gate? Seemed too easy." Mikasa, who's trailing right behind him, she responds,
"You did. I saw you. Try to have faith in your own strength."
Eren now reflects on past events when he was a child, looking up at the colossal titan, kicking a hole in the wall. Eren tells himself, "I finally took it back." Levi refocuses Eren. "We're not finished. You can plug the gates all you want, but they can just break them again later. Until we've killed Reina and Bertold and whoever else may be with them, the operation to retake Wall Mario won't be over. Aaron responds, yeah, I'm well aware. Meanwhile, squad leader Dirk, on top of the wall, looking at the green smoke, says, the outer gate was closed off successfully, but something feels wrong here. The enemy should have attacked by now, right, Irvin? So why haven't we seen a single Titan yet? Is it possible that they just weren't ready to fight us? Irvin answers, we can hope, but considering what Arlet found. But then their attention changes to Armin, who now joins them on top of the wall. Armin informs,
I've looked into it. It's clear that someone was camping on the wall. I found cups and a cold pot on the ground, near where I spotted those ashes. They were drinking something like black tea. There were 3 cups, and they all had the same black liquid in the bottom. So I'd say there were 3 people camping up there at least.
Dirk panics. Wait, there's a third? Irvin asks Armin, was the pot completely cold to the touch? Armin answers,
Yes.
Irvin now speculates, that's troubling. And Armin agrees, but Dirk asks, huh? Why's that? And Irvin explains, we charged here at full speed on horseback, even switched to ODM gear. Had they noticed our approach by sight, or perhaps by sound, they couldn't have had more than 2 minutes to react. But a pot over the flame wouldn't have cooled in that short of time. Dirk gasps. They had to have known that we were coming for 5 minutes or more, which tells me they've had plenty of time to prepare for our arrival. A panicking Dirk responds, there's no way! How'd they know? Armin speculates,
Well, it's possible that they had a scout in addition to the 3 on the wall. Yeah, we should assume we have many enemies and that they could be anywhere.
Irvin responds, you need to sharpen your focus on the enemies that are nearby. I trust you. With that mind of yours, you've saved us from disaster countless times. Now do it again. We're in dire need of your help. Armin now gasps. You can take as many soldiers as you need. If the enemy's hiding near the inner gate, find them. Wow.
Lots of trust going on from Irvin. And again, a little bit of doubt coming from Armin, but we'll see some more of that.
And a lot of panicking coming from the section commander, Dirk.
I know. Dirk's like, what?
Like,
why is it troubling? What's going on?
How did you become a section commander, dude?
I know.
Is it just from the...
Where's that composure?
You know? But let's go ahead and let's talk about this. Obviously, talking about doubt, Aaron, he's even now to the point where like, whoa, is he starting to be a little uneasy?
Oh, I think it's also because he's built like just sealing, just coming back to Shiganshina at all and sealing it up so much in his head that he's sealed it up to be this gigantic thing.
Yeah.
That he did it so far. And he's like,
seemed easy.
That was too easy.
Yeah.
Which has happened.
You know?
And now he's starting to get that same uneasy feeling that Hanji was.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, he goes and he... His
adrenaline is starting to wear off.
He had this idea in his mind. He had this kind of aspiration to go ahead and retake his home. You know, everything that's been built up and stuff like that. He all just envisioned it. Now it happened.
Yeah.
And it happened so quickly.
Yeah. You built up this huge thing and it just like that happened. And then you're like,
yeah,
that was it?
And as you mentioned, this is just half of it. Like literally it's just one side of the wall.
You're not done yet.
You know?
Then of course you have Levi humbling him.
Yeah, you know.
Like, dude, they could just make another hole again.
Which is so true. I mean, granted, this is hardening, right? We understand that this is something where it's not like they're going to be able to go ahead and easily break through the wall. But if there are any Titans that would easily be able to break the wall, it would be the Colossal and the Armor.
Yeah, it would be those two.
So those are the two that are obviously built to go ahead and just like constantly, if they wanted to, just boom, break the seal, boom, break the seal, boom, break the seal, you know?
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
They could.
But again, to your point here, this is something that Aaron himself has thought about for so long, to the point where like he reflects on that moment where he, there as a child, he has Armin and Mikasa right there to each of his side, and they're both looking up on top of the wall. This is the first time they even encounter a Titan.
Yeah, a Titan ever.
They look up and they see this Titan, hands on top of the wall, looking down,
Yeah.
looking
able to look over
the wall.
and
And then
punts it.
that's when that's when all hell broke loose. That's when Aaron and everybody else's life changed or ended. But damn, yeah, he did that. Aaron did that. He went ahead and he sealed that breach, that specific moment. That's why he recalls it. He recalls the as Heise says, bear told. He recalls that the Colossal is the one that, kicked that hole, made that breach, allowed Titans get in there, and Aaron just sealed that specific breach.
Yeah.
And that's got to be so incredibly powerful, emotional, everything he's feeling because of what he witnessed, what he saw those Titans that literally entered through that breach, what they did to the community, to the citizens of Shiganshina. And for Aaron to finally essentially have that closure, this aspect of closure, this little bit of closure.
A little bit of, they feel like, yes, justice. A little bit of justice.
And again, it's got to be this moment of like, after all this time, after everything that happened, and especially when you go ahead and you see that hole that was the entrance for those Titans. That's how the Titans got in, and now it's closed. Like you have to go ahead and feeling those emotions.
Like that's
again,
the beginning of like my trauma.
Yeah, and then
the beginning of the end, and now
that's
I sealed up the evidence.
That's why I think that this quote here from Aaron, after he reflects, is so powerful. Where he says, "I finally took it back." Because as we mentioned, all the time that has passed, all the training, all the loss, all the pain, everything that they've endured, everything, the years, days probably feel like weeks, weeks feel like months feel like years.
Saw when Connie was like, yeah, the last 5 months, we've really grown. It's like, that's only been 5 months.
Yeah,
Not 5 years, but it's only been 5 months.
And to go through and experience all of that.
So quickly.
To have grown so much as a person, right? As a soldier, as a protector of humanity. Humanity's only hope, for him to say, I finally took it back. Like that is, I took it as like, wow. Again, me as an empath.
Powerful.
I'm like, I can only imagine that feeling of him sealing that breach and knowing that was the entrance to where those Titans entered, to where that Titan that killed my mom entered. I finally closed that. I closed that door. Now, as you mentioned, as Levi here refocuses Aaron, job's not done.
Like, hey, man.
Like you said, Levi says, look, you can plug all the gates you want. They can just break them again.
Yeah.
You
You just break through again.
Says, until we've killed Rhina, Bertold, and whoever else may be with them.
Yeah, whoever else. Because I guess they related, I'm assuming they related everyone. Hey, there's 3 cups, there's 3, whatever. And then that's, we get more of that info.
I don't know if that detail has been relayed to them yet. I think that they are aware of others helping, I think that it's just kind of like a theory that they have, but this is something
They
now
also
with
know of the Beast Titan.
Yeah, they obviously know of the Beast Titan, yeah.
So that could be what he's referring to.
Yeah. But again, phase 1 complete. Now, back to squad leader Dirk, who obviously is there on top of one of the walls there, kind of like observing, making sure everything's good, over on that aspect. As they see the green smoke, everything is good there, right? And he now is feeling uneasy, much like Hanji.
Yeah.
By him saying, like, look, that outer gate was closed off successfully, but just something feels off. He goes, the enemy should have attacked by now, right, Irvin? Like, why haven't we seen a single Titan yet?
Yeah.
Is it possible that they just aren't prepared to fight us? Now, that's interesting to go ahead and think about that.
That's wishful thinking.
Yes.
Sure.
Very quickly, Hai says, my favorite scene of the whole series is when Aaron gets the ODM gear correct. He's so happy, makes me smile every time, and then he's zipping around through the trees with everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, again, you see them.
Finally gets it correct, even though Sawdust tried so hard.
Yeah.
Sawdust was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is a special one. Whatever that means.
That was such a different Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron,
Weird.
just so much.
I mean, that's character development.
Full of optimism.
That's what trauma does to you, man.
Full of so much optimism, full of just so much ambition to go ahead and kill all Titans. And yeah, it's crazy the phases that Aaron goes through in this amazing story. But yeah, so Dirk now is feeling uneasy, right? Irvin says we can hope, but considering what Arlette found. And that's when Armin now informs him, as he has joined them now, saying that, hey, I found some cups.
Yeah.
I found a cold pot. It was all on the ground there next to those ashes.
Fire.
And just goes to show, right? Zeke, Raina, and Bertold are like, all right, got the stuff. They just tossed it over the wall,
I know, they
like,
just tossed it. Whatever.
all right, get in your
They're
positions.
true villains, man.
You know, they don't have time to go and clean up their messes.
Kick out the fire. Let's just.
Yeah, but
At least they were thinking, oh well, we got time. You guys like some tea?
yeah, I know.
Some tea. Must have been good because they drank it all. There's only a little bit left in each cup.
So there was definitely the black tea, which we know that Levi would probably really enjoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Armin
Levi's over there
informs.
smelling it. I know what brand this is.
Yeah. Do you think he would? I think this is Marley brand.
Actually, it could be.
Yeah.
Unless they just
'Cause if-
brought some with them back, or
Because I remember correctly,
Zeke brought some in.
if I remember correctly, over at Utgard Castle, right? Mm-hmm. There is a campfire there, right? Obviously implying that Zeke, or maybe, well, it's got to be Zeke, because Peak isn't in her human form. We understand that
Yeah.
she's there in her Titan form
Zeke
the
is
entire
pretty much
time,
in
but
her current form the whole time.
so Zeke obviously decided to go ahead and kind of just have a little sleepover over at Utgard Castle.
Yeah. With the herring.
Yeah, and then as Heise mentioned, it's the good old Marley and Mountain Dew.
Obviously.
Yeah, Black Lightning.
Yeah, Black Lightning. That one.
But yeah,
Oh, no,
so
that
anyway,
one?
so Armin informs that there were 3 cups. They all had that same black liquid, right? And that there were at least 3 people there camping. And now Dirk
Panicking.
begins to set in. There's a third,
Yeah.
right?
And then you have Armin not making things any better. Actually, there could be more.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Actually, you could be the enemy. It's all around us.
Irvin, he asked Armin, was
Paranoia.
the pot completely cool, right? And Armin answers yes. They're both kind of on the same wavelength, whereas Dirk again is like, huh? Why is that important?
And they're like,
right?
what are you guys getting that I'm not getting?
And then that's when we get the explanation here from Irvin saying that, like, look, we hauled ass to get here. Like, horse, ODM gear, right? Had they noticed, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be by sight or by sound, they couldn't have had more than a few
the
minutes.
pot would have still the pot wouldn't be cool to the touch.
They would have had more than a few minutes to react, right? I mean, they couldn't have had more than that time, but a pot over a flame wouldn't have cooled in that short amount of time. They have known that we were coming for 5 minutes or more, which tells me that they had plenty of time to prepare for our arrival.
Which reminds me of like Bobby's guess, where he was like probably around 30-ish minutes.
Yeah.
Probably been hiding for around 30-ish.
Yeah.
Probably just had a little tea break, and then we're just like, all right, positions.
Yeah, exactly.
You get in the wall, you get in your barrel. Come on.
So that's kind of like now the potential answer we have from the Q&A, right? It's, how long have they been there waiting and preparing for
Had to
the
be more than 5 minutes.
scouts? But, yeah, I mean,
Must be more than 5 minutes.
I guess if you're thinking logically here, yeah, in terms of like how long have they been hiding, because that's what the question was, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys are pretty much on the right track there. It's like, like, look, it's got to be like close to like, 30 minutes or so and stuff, maybe even less than that. I said maybe an hour, maybe, but it seems like it's a little bit less than that.
Yeah, it seems like they had a really good idea of when they would arrive and when they would.
Yeah, it seems like, yeah, they definitely had a
I
good
feel like
idea.
it had to be in like 15 to 30 minutes.
15, 30 minutes, probably, like you're right around the right track, yeah. But, so they have to explain to Dirk, right? Irvin explains. And now Dirk again is like, wait, hold on. How in the world would they know? And then that's when Armin speculates, well, look, it's possible that they had a scout in addition to the 3, right? He says, we should assume that we have many enemies and that they could be anywhere.
Making
now,
Kirk feel real good right now.
This scout is obviously, again, as I mentioned, an implication here of potential character. And then obviously this character is Peak.
At the time, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, at the time, none of us.
Like, sure.
You know, like at the time, we don't even know the full involvement of the Beast Titan, of what he's going to do. You know, we know that he is there. We don't even know
that a Card Titan exists.
Yeah, we don't know about the Card Titan, right? We just know that the Beast Titan is there, right? That 4th person, maybe, you know, if you're thinking maybe logically here, right? From what you know from that first time is that maybe it's Ymir, because Ymir did go back with,
True.
You know,
you'd be like, oh, they have Ymir spying for them, you know?
Yeah. You know, maybe that's what it is.
Because at this time, we don't even know that Peak exists.
Yeah.
But you could tell just how far back they did think about this, because Isayama's a genius, that they have even Armin being like, they have a Peak, obviously without knowing that there's a Card Titan, just being like, oh, we have to know that, or we can only guess that there's another lookout, that they have more allies, that we have more enemies. So it only makes sense. We can't limit them to just what they are, because again, we don't know. And Armin talks more about this concept more in, I think, the next episode.
Next episode.
But yeah, Armin's smart, man.
But think about too of like,
so Peak is their little fly on the wall.
The idea of just assuming that we have enemies all around us, right? Like in the span of months, which Connie informed us about that, like Ryan and Bertold revealed to be traitors.
Yeah.
Then you have, well, I should say before that, Ymir. Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. Annie was the first one to go ahead and be a traitor, right? Then you had over at Utgard Castle, you have Ymir, you know, revealing that she is a Titan user. And then you have, you know, like...
And you have Ryan and Bertold. Revealing that they're traitors.
You know, the monkey's still out there.
Yeah, and then you have the monkey, and then,
There's so much, you know.
You can't really predict this stuff, man.
And then even as on their, you know, travels here, you know, Hanji informs them of the Sleepy Titans, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, there's so much that's happening, you have to go ahead and remind yourself, like, that's right, like,
updates,
look.
Man, updates.
You know, this and this and this. What? I see, when I first seen that, I was like, what's that hairless dog with the mouth looking like a Subway from Subway?
Yeah,
obviously, talking about the Card Titan.
Saw the Card Titan, yeah.
Yeah, the Card Titan is very odd looking when we first see it.
But then you see Peak and you're like, whoa!
Yeah, and you see Peak like, there's no way.
Ooh la la! But yeah.
So this was a cool little moment where we get our first essential, you know,
little inkling of Peak.
Yeah,
little peek of Peak
of the Card Titan.
Yeah, Peak of the Card Titan. Yeah.
Yes. So now here's when things start getting serious for Armin. Well, Irvin tells Armin, after Armin says, look, we need to be prepared, there can be enemies all around us, Irvin's like, hold on. Focus on what's in front of you. Focus on the enemies that are nearby. Like, I trust you. And when you have the commander telling you that I trust you, like, okay, you know what, that's some serious business. Because we know Commander Irvin doesn't really go ahead and...
He's not one of
talk about his plans to other people necessarily, you know?
Yeah.
Like if he goes and he trusts you to the point where
he's never been the type of person to have loose lips.
Yeah. You know? And he obviously
even when it comes to like words, like giving words of affirmation or like complimenting or whatever, it's just like, oh.
And he delegates accordingly, you know? We've seen him do it a few times over to you know, to some leaders, you know? We've seen him obviously do it with Hanji, you know?
He has a good eye for good leaders.
Yeah. And he goes and he tells him, look, with that mind of yours, you've saved us from disaster countless times. Now do it again. We are in dire need of your help.
Again.
You can take as many soldiers as you need. If the enemy's hiding near the inner gate, find them. Now we know what Armin and his new objective is. That is to go ahead and focus on what's in front of you. Don't think about potential enemies, you know, on the outside. Find the ones we know that are potentially here.
Yeah.
Find the ones we know that are hiding. You found the 3, right? Cups. Now, find them.
Mm-hmm.
And Armin looks like he is...
pissing his pants.
Yeah, exactly.
What? The Irwin? Yeah, I trust you. You're smart, man.
Yeah.
Stop doubting yourself.
Definitely. But, I mean, Irvin
Let's
is right.
see how he handles this new little leadership.
Yeah, I mean, here now, I mean, as Irvin mentions, like, Armin has literally saved the scouts, you know, handful of times already from his, whether it's him being...
Beautiful, big, blonde brain.
Yeah, you know, just him being aware of his surroundings and stuff, noticing certain important details, you know, mentioning them to the, you know, leaders, the section commanders and stuff like that, you know, and then them now being able to go ahead and kind of plan accordingly. Like, Armin has been a crucial part of the survival for these scouts. I mean, he was obviously, we talked about, you know, just with the first time we encounter a traitor with Annie, you know, like, Armin is literally like
The first one.
he is the one
Confirm.
that is when they try to reveal the truth and try to expose Annie, he's the one that's like leading that charge, you know? What? The ton of blondes sent you on Instagram, Reggie. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, we'll see what Armin can do. That's a lot of blondes.
Just a bunch of characters of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of blondes.
But I think Historia
One
is my
bold.
blonde. All right, as Lexi said, let's go see what Armin does. So now, continuing, we now see gathered scouts there together as Commander Irvin informs them. As of now, you will obey Armin Arlet's commands. He'll tell you how to proceed. A scared and nervous Armin looks at Commander Irvin and then looks at the group of scouts. The scouts react as they kind of pause and they look into the eyes of their new scared leader. But then they acknowledge their new orders. A scout informs Armin, "We've searched the wall's perimeter thoroughly." Another scout asks,
What are your instructions, Arlet?
and we see Armin trembling for a moment. But then he nervously orders, "We'll send one group to each side of the wall. Search the interiors of any buildings near the gate. If you find something, fire off an acoustic shell." And Armin looks at his soldiers. "Does that work for you?" And then the scouts, they take off to fulfill their orders as they scream out, "Understood!" All right. And as Armin proceeds to the mission, Dirk and Irvin watch as Dirk asks, "Another gamble of yours?" And Irvin answers, "No. Arlet's proven himself. He's one of our greatest weapons that I know." And Dirk now mentions, "Aaron's on his way to plug the inner gate. What now? Should we halt the operation till we find the enemy?" Irvin, staying focused and prepared, responds, "We continue. We'll lose a prolonged campaign in enemy territory. To prevail, our only chance is to win a decisive battle. With that in mind, even if all has gone according to the enemy's plan thus far, we simply have to deal with it. In any case, they aren't the only ones who are hiding something." To be continued. The enemies are not the only ones hiding something. Wow.
Irvin never lets them know all of his plans.
Now,
But the gambler is not gambling.
in this scene here, right, as he mentions that they are not the only ones hiding something, he reaches for his side little kind of blade or something, right?
Like a pocket.
Now, just to speculation here, because obviously I haven't gone in and seen the last part of this episode here, right? Now, This isn't the syringe and all that, right?
That's what I'm guessing.
Levi still has that.
Because I did watch ahead, and I
There was no other indication of like something else?
of anything else. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Because he made it seem like he had it on him. Mm-hmm. You know?
Maybe it was more of just like a symbolic kind of like, we have it.
Maybe.
It's not on my hip, but it's on Levi's hip.
Yeah. Yeah, could be. But let's talk about, of course, my guy Armin. Now,
He's so nervous.
does this now make him kind of like a section commander?
I mean, I guess that kind of makes him sort of like a squad leader.
Yeah, squad leader. There you go.
He's more of like a squad leader because, he gets,
He gets
clearly
in the squad now.
it's that the they obviously, the scouts trust Irwin a lot. They trust him and his judgment a lot. So obviously they hear Irvin be like, hey, you're listening to that guy now. Obviously they're gonna be like, all right, whatever Irwin says, I trust him because he trusts him. Mm-hmm. What are your orders, Arlette?
Yeah.
I will say, in the anime, in the dub, she says his last name really weird.
Really?
She was like, understood, she's like, what are your, how does she say it? What are your instructions, Arlette? She like says it weird.
Arlette?
It's like, what are your instructions, Arlette? Yeah, she says like Arlette. Like she puts more like enunciation on something else. Mm-hmm. It's weird. But I decided to say it normally.
Yeah, thank you for that.
But
yeah,
they're
so
gonna trust him because Irwin trusts him,
they
and then
trust now.
of course, Armin's gonna be like, I do have good ideas, but does it work for you guys? Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah. Squad leader Arlette. Mm-hmm. So this is again a new now step to Armin's, development as a character. Mm-hmm. And can you imagine here, like, say you're in that group, or say you're Connie, Sasha, or Jean, mm-hmm. and you look over, you're kind of in your spot, you're in your position, and then you notice over on the other side, like, wait, is Armin leading that squad?
Yeah, leading Irwin's squad right now.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on? Huh?
And Irwin's just standing there watching him.
Yeah. But I think they would be happy and proud of.
I think they'd be like, "Oh yeah, good job! Like we know this guy's smart."
And they go and be like,
"Thank God someone."
Yeah, Armin, we see you. And Armin's kind of like, like blushing, like, stop, guys, stop, whatever,
Yeah. Guys, we're supposed to be hidden. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're letting everyone know who we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Great point. Maybe I wouldn't be best to go ahead and be there.
Go, Armin.
Hell yeah, Armin.
Yeah. Shut up.
Shit. Sorry.
Not Armin. You're not Armin.
Maybe I'm closer to Connie than I think. But yeah, so now Armin has a squad here. He's very nervous. They ask him for the instructions. They go and they mention what they just did, what their previous orders were.
Relays the information about the tea.
Yes.
Like, hey man.
But one of the scouts says we searched the wall's perimeter thoroughly. Right? Now, Armin's saying, look, we'll go ahead and we'll send one group to each side of the wall. Search the interiors of any buildings near the gate. Now, not just about the walls. Now it's about the surroundings, right?
Yeah.
And if you find something, fire off an acoustic shell. But does that work for you guys?
Does
Is that cool?
That work for you?
So yeah, it's cool because there is a brief pause here in this moment here in this episode where it's kind of like Armin's waiting, like, you guys just gonna listen to me? And they do. They go ahead and they, adamantly go ahead and use their ODM gear to carry on the mission.
And we're not going to have an opinion about it. We trust Irwin. Irwin trusts him, so we trust him.
However, Dirk's still on the fence. He says, is that another gamble of yours?
Gambling man?
But I love Irvin's response here, saying no. That Armin's proven himself. And this sentence here, this line, he's one of our greatest weapons. That's something that
It's almost a big brain of his.
Levi described Irvin as. Like, literally trying to plea and threaten Irvin to not even be a part of this mission, to stay in his office, just wait for everything's good to go. We cannot lose you because you are humanity's greatest weapon. That mind is the greatest weapon. And to have Irvin describe Armin as him being one of our greatest weapons. Like, that in a way is, again, kind of like a passing of the guard. We understand now, we understand after seeing it what's really going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is a really good way of foreshadowing that, because it's not super obvious, but it's also like we're putting way more trust and more responsibility on Armin because we believe that he can handle it. We know that he's suited for it because he's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I didn't even like catch it the first time when you were saying like, oh, our greatest weapon. Yeah, you're right. That is how Levi described Irwin.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty smart foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Because it's not super obvious.
It's very subtle.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what's so good about Attack on Titan. That's why we have a podcast on it.
And we've had the subtle little, foreshadowing moments, even when, in the previous portion here that we talked about in this episode with the card Titan, we don't know about the card Titan, but we know that there is some sort of scout relaying information. Again, we find out that it's the card Titan. It's a cool little subtle reference there. And then here we get some subtle foreshadowing, which I thought it was cool that Armin is described as one of humanity's, or say one of the greatest weapons that humanity has.
He's getting that well-deserved respect.
Yeah, and he's getting that description by the commander himself, the commander of the scouts, Irvin Smith. And again, Irvin himself, I feel like doesn't just throw out these, as you mentioned, kind of like compliments or, he doesn't just mention these to anybody or say
really
them to people.
Just give out words of affirmation like that.
Yeah.
Unless they're truly deserving.
And we know that Armin is.
Like I said, Arlet's proven himself.
Yep. And so now, Dirk is essentially saying, what now?
Yeah.
Right?
What?
Should we just stop everything until we find the enemy? And Irvin, of course, is not going to stop anything. And he says, look, we're staying focused and we're staying prepared. We'll continue. Right? He says, we'll lose a prolonged campaign in enemy territory. Now, those words, what is that all about?
Well, those words, what do they mean?
So,
we'll lose a prolonged campaign in enemy territory. Basically saying, like, if we just wait, then odds aren't in our favor.
So the longer we wait, the worse things are going to get?
Yeah, basically saying, like,
take a proactive approach.
In enemy territory, because technically this isn't their territory.
Got it. In enemy territory,
because they have been here
prolong
longer.
Anything, then the odds of us surviving get worse.
Yes.
Got it.
That.
Okay. And then he says, to prevail, our only chance is to win a decisive battle. Yeah, I get it. You got to go ahead and...
you just need to be that word proactive.
Yeah.
That's the word. You have to be proactive and keep on acting and keep doing your thing. And just, again, like we were saying earlier, like it's too quiet. Things are going too well.
Yeah.
The plan is going too according to plan, but we shouldn't stop. Let's just keep going, I guess.
Yeah. And then here, again, it's important that Irvin says this, that even if it has all gone according to the enemy's plan so far, we just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Roll with the punches.
And then that's when he gives a little disclaimer, his little tease here that they aren't the only ones who are hiding something. Mm-hmm. Meaning, he's obviously taking precautions. He's trying to be steps ahead of, potentially what could go wrong. We know that Irvin is a well-prepared commander. So, good stuff there, guys. And that's what we have for this episode.
Tune in next week.
So this was a jam-packed episode, season 3, episode 13, as we are splitting it into 4 parts. And we want to go ahead and, of course, just really focus on these portions here. Focus on these aspects so that we don't gloss over anything, And also, it's cool to go ahead and really kind of stretch out the AOT content. It means more content for us to go ahead and talk about. But yeah, that's what we got for you guys. So with all that being said, that wraps up another episode of the Attack to Talk podcast. This is season 3 of our episode breakdown and discussions. Remember, guys, as Lexi mentioned, new episodes are new episodes are streamed live on Twitch every Sundays. Time
TBA.
Yes. We're still figuring that out, guys. We obviously, as I mentioned, we want Zach to go ahead and be here and participate over in our AOT discussions, and we all love Zach, and so we'll go ahead and we'll continue to update you guys on time and all that. So make sure you guys go and get all your updates over on Instagram at Attack to Talk Podcast. Now, reminder, guys, new episodes are published over on Fridays. And those are obviously all prepared by the man himself, NatePlaysBad. Go ahead and support
Thank you, Nate.
NatePlaysBad. He does an awesome job of getting the episodes prepared and stuff. And again, just like with Zach, Nate himself also is a very busy individual. So Nate tries to do what he can to go ahead and get the episodes available over on Fridays. So huge shout out to Nate. Go ahead and check out his channel, guys. Go ahead and support him and all that good stuff. And shout out to you, Nate. Thank you so much. Now,
thank you, Nate.
Do you want to go ahead and mention a little something, Lex?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So as I mentioned last week, for those of you that don't remember or weren't there, be sure to check our link tree up it's in our bio on pretty much all of our stuff. At the very top of the link tree, you will see help Aaron, 23-year-old grad, fight ALS. That is my best friend Aaron. And at the top of our link tree, you will see a link for her to go to her GoFundMe. And you guys can also check out her Instagram at unsteady and ready. Is that what it is? I should know that.
We had it over in chat.
Yeah, unsteady and ready. Good job, me.
Mm-hmm.
At unsteady and ready. Her name is Erin Taylor. And go ahead and check it out. Check out the top of our link tree. You're going to see her beautiful face next to the link. And go ahead and donate to her GoFundMe, or you could just, check out her posts. Check her out on TikTok at unsteady and ready.
Yeah.
Go ahead and check her out
Yeah.
as she continues her battle with ALS.
Yeah. So, Heisey, as to answer your question, my friend, she's a fighter, man, and this is an ongoing thing.
She's still doing her thing. She's still living life as much as she can, and she's still doing it with a big smile on her face.
Beautiful, and exactly, something I kind of touched on last week is that it's great to go ahead and see Aaron seeing just the bright side of things, and we love Aaron for that, and go ahead and support her, guys. Check out the link over in the link tree, as Lexi mentioned, and we'd greatly appreciate you guys for the support for Aaron.
Send her some love.
Yes. Which we know that some of you guys have done already, so thank you so much.
Yeah,
for that.
thank you for those of you that have. I've seen your guys' support on our TikTok and your guys' comments and stuff, and it's really sweet to see that. Thank you guys for that. Continue to do so. Continue to support her. She's still going to keep posting content, updating on her current lifestyle, pretty much on her status and everything with her fight with ALS, and she's still doing everything with a smile on her face. So continue to spread love just as she is, and spread it on back to her.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lex. And thank you guys again. So now, as Heisey also mentioned here, we have a code to go ahead and use, and that is for some potential merch opportunities here, guys. If you guys are looking for some merch, right? Inside that link tree, as Lexi talked about, we have a link for Fandomion. Mm-hmm. And Fandomion, it's a cool store, guys. It's a cool online store that has so much different stuff to go ahead and even just browse and search and look at. It has all different types of just categories and stuff, guys. Excuse me. They have a bunch of anime. They have a bunch of just like anything that you guys can go ahead and just maybe even think about it. I'm sure it's there. And if you guys want to go and find out, just go ahead and click the link, guys, and go ahead and start browsing. And if you guys see something you guys like, there's a way for you guys to go and get a little bit of a discount.
Yep.
And that is code LEX, L-E-X. Use that code, guys, if you guys are going to purchase. As I mentioned, some of the stuff you guys see over in this camera here, where Zach's camera is, like, there are some merch there. And if you guys are looking to go ahead and do it, maybe search up over on Fandomion and search up some Shigaraki stuff.
Yeah, see what they got there.
See what they got there.
They have a little bit of everything. So.
Yeah, the art that you see, I don't think will be available on there because that is Caesar's art. But as far as, some Shigaraki stuff or even other anime stuff, guys, go ahead and use. Interesting.
Spotify just like crash?
I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes Spotify just be.
But it's still playing. But
unless someone else just connected to the speaker.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Not the first time that's happened.
You hear anything playing?
Mm-mm. I do not.
Oh, well.
It normally makes a sound if it dies, so. Oh, well. It's fine.
We'll guys. We're getting to a close anyways. Guys. This will be an acoustic set.
Yeah.
No, guys, but as I mentioned, you guys go ahead and check out the link over in the link tree to Fandomion. Mm-hmm. Do some browsing, guys. Also, as I mentioned, the holidays are right around the corner, so get ahead of the game, guys, because Fandomion, there is going to be a little bit of a wait for things to get shipped to you. So be a little, as we mentioned, be proactive, right?
Yeah.
Be proactive, be ahead of the game, be one step ahead of the game, guys.
Come on, guys.
Go ahead and look.
Life comes at you fast. Before we know it, it's going to be Christmas.
Yeah, honestly, as crazy as it is, that is true.
Yeah.
So check out, guys, see what they got over in Fandomion. And again, if you guys see something you like, and you guys have yourself a little cart there, not cart Titan, but a cart of items.
Yeah. Perhaps you will find some cart Titan merch.
Perhaps. Go and use that promo code Lex for discount off your guys'
Type in LEX and you'll get 10% off.
No updates over on Fandomion, Lex?
No, nothing yet. But Eddie did get his merch and it looks pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
And he got himself some t-shirts.
Love it.
Some Neon Genesis Evangelion t-shirts.
Beautiful. Something I still need to go and see. I know it's on Netflix, but
yeah,
great stuff, guys. So I mentioned art. Obviously, the art that you see there is art from Caesar. Make sure you guys go ahead and support him as well, guys. Caesar, he's just an awesome dude, man. Mm-hmm. We love him, man, and he's working hard to go ahead and put out some crazy, incredible art. As you guys see, I got a Venom. I got plenty of Joker stuff. There's other stuff here over inside this room as well. But that's all stuff that you can go ahead and see over on his Instagram at ArtofCesar. Type in ArtofCesar and you guys go and see art_of_Caesar_. Yeah, go ahead and follow him, guys. If you guys don't follow me yet, please follow. Check out what he's got. I believe he also has a TikTok as well over at ArtofCesar. Yeah, he's just an awesome dude. You know, he's got beautiful aspirations of just trying to go and become a comic book artist and stuff, and that's awesome stuff, guys. And we want to go ahead and just support him over on this journey and see what he's making, see what he's drawing up, see what art he has available. I know that, as we mentioned on past episodes, that the link that we have over in the link tree used to be a link that would take you to his Etsy store, but it seems that the link isn't available. But we're gonna have it on there just for the sake of, never know.
Yeah.
If the
Think
store,
of the reminder.
Yeah, if the Etsy store would go ahead and be available at some point. But
you guys are ever at Frankenstein's, he's there with his new stuff posted all the time.
Yeah.
He's got that brand new Attack on Titan painting up there.
That was,
Looks really cool.
Phenomenal. Yeah, so go ahead and support him, guys. Go ahead and follow him on Instagram to see what he's been making, guys, and we'd appreciate that. We have so many talented friends, guys, and you guys are all incredible. We love you guys so much. You guys' support is just it literally is the heart and soul over of this podcast.
Yeah.
You guys are what drives us and what motivates us and what pushes us to continue doing this and stuff. And you guys are awesome. We love you guys so much. And I don't know, guys. I go ahead whenever I talk about this. I legit. It brings me to a certain kind of mindset and emotions where I'm like, I just feel so damn lucky that I'm in this position to where I'm able to go ahead and just chat with you guys. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, it's just real talk, guys. It's just, I can't believe that I am the host of this incredible podcast, and it's incredible because of you guys.
Yeah.
I continue to go ahead and just be mind blown over the fact that, like, the amazing community that this podcast has created is something where I'm just so damn just thankful and lucky to just be a part of. And this is coming from a guy who just was, recently, years ago, just reintroduced to anime.
Yeah.
And then here I am now, as I mentioned, just a part of this awesome thing that is, a podcast based around an awesome just story. And I don't know. You guys are, as I mentioned, the heart and soul of this podcast. And again, just being real and just being honest with you guys, because that's all I want to be, is just here. I want to have fun with you guys, but at the same time, I don't ever want to bullshit you guys. I don't ever want to go and lie. I'm just me and being genuine, being real. There are plenty of times where it's hard to go ahead and continue to be motivated, inspired and stuff, continue on consistency and all that. It's a difficult thing sometimes. It's tough to do this and have like a weekly preparations to go ahead and have like an in-depth analysis and go ahead and focus on the episodes and stuff, and all that, and just focus on this throughout the week and all that and stuff. And then, it's like, it's tough, guys. But at the end of the day, whenever we're able to go ahead and stream live, whenever I'm able to go ahead and stream live and talk with you guys, that is what makes it all worth it, And I know I've said on here plenty of times, and I hope you guys are fully aware of this, I'm not doing this for the sake of like, oh, I hope that this thing becomes such a big thing to where we can get money from it or whatever. Like, no. As a matter of fact, I've gone on to say, look, I don't want any kind of subscriptions. I don't want any members. I don't want any of that stuff. I want you guys to be able to go ahead and join us to where you guys go and chat with us and stuff. I want this to be a fun thing.
So you're not fans, you're friends.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. You know, like, and again, I'm so damn appreciative and just so damn lucky to have you guys support, to have you guys take your precious time and join us over on a Sunday. And I know that it's late for a lot of you guys. I know that, you know, you guys have work in the morning and, you know, like I do too. You know, and that's why it's like it could be difficult at times. But when I'm here and I'm talking with you guys, then it's like all that disappears, and then that's all just fun. You guys feel me with just like love and support, and I just want you guys to know that, again, as I do every podcast and how you know, in our closings, that I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys' support, and I feel lucky. You know, no matter how you view this podcast, you know, like, again, this is a small podcast, but it's something that I enjoy doing and doing it with you guys. No matter how difficult it gets with the preparation and stuff, you know. But yeah, you guys are awesome. And we're going to continue doing this. And so I hope you guys continue to stick around. Because as I mentioned, you guys are what's really fueling me. And I don't want to speak on Lex, but I know we've had conversations where it's like, it would be difficult doing this without your guys' support and without you guys tuning in and chatting with us live.
Yeah, I feel the same.
You know, so we're going to continue focusing on these episodes. So I hope that you guys continue to support us and continue joining us here live whenever we stream on Sundays. And as I mentioned, we're going to try to get Zach over here too. We need Zach here to be a part of this as well.
I got to get fired up.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And Zach he does bring the energy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
sure,
I don't know how to bring that kind of energy, guys. not on a Sunday night. Sorry.
You know?
But I know how to bring the logic. I can bring that.
But again, guys, thank you so much for just continuing to just inspire and motivate us. And we're so appreciative and thankful for you guys. So with all that being said, guys, remember, future Q&As and future poll questions that we put out for you guys, we hope that you guys continue to go ahead and support us with those and respond and vote and all that, because we enjoy starting off these podcast episodes by seeing the results and the feedback and stuff. We enjoy seeing your guys' point of views and your aspects and stuff. We got another really good one this week with you know, Jacob going outside the box and really go and having an awesome response that is something where
it was more philosophical.
Yeah, you didn't go ahead and think of it from face value. Exactly. It's something where it's like, it's so philosophical that it's something where it's like, man, damn, you're right. This has been happening.
No, man, you didn't misunderstand it. You understood it in your own way.
Too good. But yeah, guys, please go ahead and vote on the poll questions and give us some responses over in the Q&As. We'd appreciate you guys for that. And again, shout out to the loyal listeners. I know that people are here enjoying some chat. I'm so thankful for you guys. But even the ones that are just listening right now to us as we're streaming live, like, thank you guys so much. Your guys' support just means the world to us.
Appreciated.
And yeah, Attack to Talk, Levi Squad, you guys are just incredible. We love you guys so much. So shout out to you guys and to the AOT fam. Just stay safe, guys. Hope you guys are having fun this October. Halloween's right around the corner, so hopefully you guys are coming up with some good costume ideas. I know that there's going to be some, you know, Halloween parties and all that stuff, you know, and obviously we'll have time for that as well. But I do want to say, just to kind of, you know, get it instilled in you guys' brain now, just, you know, all that stuff, parties and whatnot, stuff like that. Go out there, have fun, but be smart and be safe, you know. Do all the things you need to do to go ahead and just avoid a lot of just, you know, dumb stuff. But yeah, just, you guys are smart. You guys are, you know, you just go out there, have fun, and be smart, guys.
Yeah.
And so, love you guys so much. Spread that love and positivity, which obviously Lexi said too. Like, that's exactly what Aaron's doing. So let's do the same thing too, man. Spread that love and positivity.
Our Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, our Aaron.
Not AOT Aaron.
AOT Aaron.
He's doing something else.
Spreading something else.
But our Aaron.
Yeah.
Our Aaron with an I.
Yes.
She's doing great.
And again, guys, we hate and we love. Simple as that. So I love you, and I hope to see you guys back here with us over on Sunday, and we'll give you guys a time on Sunday, spreading that freedom. Yeah,
spread that freedom.
And I hope you guys have a great productive week, And I hope to see you guys with us here next week. So this is AJ signing off, saying I love you guys. All right.
All right. This is Lexi signing off with your weekly pickup line. I just wanted to say that I know what you guys should be for Halloween. You guys should be mine. Good night.